Okay, so I'm gonna start posing this model. The goal of this stream today is pretty much just to get Cloud into a pose. I've also got Zach here. So I'm gonna try to do something with this. I know I haven't posted anything really on my page, at least for a little bit. Yeah, and forgive me if I'm kind of new to this, so. But yeah, so just sit back and just watch me work, I guess. Interesting. So the way this rig is set up is that it looks like the bone for the leg doesn't actually rotate outward or forward. It just kind of rolls on itself. So I really just have to find the bone that the correct bone that correlates to the actual movement. It might be this heel here. Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure what pose to put Zach in, since he's like right on top of Cloud here. So I'm gonna have to. I wanted him to kind of look like he was backing him up, because I also have Sephiroth down here, and with the way that his render set up, I'm gonna have Zach like here, standing behind him, and then over here I think I'm gonna try to have Sephiroth over here. So let's see. Hi, how's it going? It looks like I got a viewer here. Yeah, I'm not doing much right now. I'm just. I'm gonna try to put Zach in a more relaxed pose, because right now he's kind of just T-posed, which isn't very good. Yeah, but for the most part, this is actually pretty fun. You know, it's individual bone and moving things. You gotta kind of figure out what you're trying to do. And you know what? Actually, now that I think about it. So I'm gonna reset because I just thought about the pose that I wanted to be in. Go back here. I think I want to have his back turned, actually. I think I want to have his back turned to him, just like that iconic picture of him. So, put the, let's do something like that. Let's see. Type in the hoop. Let's do something like that. Yeah, that kind of looks okay. I mean, I guess I would like him to be bigger, maybe represent a little bit of a better spot, but and forget, don't mind that it's black, but this just gives me an idea of the silhouette of this picture. Okay. So, mind you, I didn't make these models. These models are actually ripped from the video games. And then, yeah, this is pretty much just gonna be a chill stream. I'm gonna take my time doing this. Because I know I didn't make these models. What is it, I'm not trying to be perfect with these characters. And I realize that this render is gonna be pretty simple. So for now, I'm just gonna try and, get them in place. Zach's model, interesting enough, is pretty highly well rigged up. So he moves pretty well. But you gotta be careful with it. Yeah, something like that. Like almost like he's walking away. As if he's leaving at the cloud. Yeah, so I guess now I can talk about some other things right now. So I know my page, I've kind of left it hanging a little bit. I've been thinking about doing some commissions for the future, because my previous artworks clearly show that I'm capable of doing this, and I've found some methods to get this done. So, hey man, seeing all this, trying to get a nice pose. See, the idea that I'm trying to go for is that I wanted it to look like, and forgive me if I can't type enter in chat. I just typed hello in chat. It might be delayed there. I'll tell you, thanks for watching, man. Yeah, but this is just a little chill stream here. Alright, now let's get some lights on really quick. Maybe I can get the camera a little bit better. Let me straighten this back. I actually taking Cloud Sword and giving it to Zach, because if you look at looks a lot better. Whereas the one that was in Crisis Core looks kind of messed up and fugly. And it's just step by step, down a lot faster. But because I didn't use this rig, my actual rigs that I make for my Ichiban a lot quicker. But because of this, I have to move each bone one by one. Oh, that's not right. You have to move each bone one by one to try to get a, you know what I'm saying, to get the result I want. So it's like moving one thing at a time, and you can't be happy. You gotta take your time. You can't. So you gotta kind of. Bones, I don't know exactly what they do. So it's a lot of me just grabbing and trying to see what works. Let's see. So so I'm not liking this pose. Like I want him to be having a step forward look, but Zach is not one to look down. Zach's a confident person, so he will be looking up. That's actually more of a mistake on my part for rotating him like that. You know, Zach will be more like this. Like I said, I have to grab this down here to get that foot movement. And if anyone's still in chat, you know, you can comment and speak if you want. No matter, I mean, you can still watch, you know, you can still just relax and watch, because that's all this is just a chill stream. But I do see some viewers. We're also going to be working on the materials too, you know, to make things look a little better. We're also going to be working in Cycle. This is what it looks like non-shaded in regular Blender. But I'm going to go into Cycles to, you know, to make a better material for our final render. I'm going to post it on DW as a picture. Wow. I've done a good portion of cloud stuff off stream. And let me check my camera settings. I really shouldn't be doing this right now. I should really just be focusing on posing. Like I said, I don't want to make things look too tedious while doing the same exact thing. Okay, so my focal length's 30, which is good for me. It won't be too close. Now they got the rough idea where Zach would be, I should also try to give a rough idea to go. Yeah, I definitely don't like the sword. With this mirror stuff. I think I'm gonna have Seth I'm gonna have him some kind of way. So he's gonna be in the picture, and it's definitely gonna be Zach. So let's start this up. Start doing it. Oh, I just realized he actually doesn't have a sword. That sucks. This model does not come with a sword. Alright, looks like I'm gonna have to try to go and get it. Because, you know, I'll get him into the basic pose and then I'll figure out what to do. Let's get him into a stance similar to Clouds and then work from there. Sephiroth's a cocky fighter. Yeah, you know what? I won't have his back to the camera. I'll have it where he's got it in some kind of way where he's holding Cloud back, almost like with his back slightly turned to him. Yes, I think I see what I'm trying to get here. So he doesn't have a sword right now, but I know what I'm going for. I'm gonna go find the sword model and put it in his hand. But if you can one-hand it and follow its general direction, and his fist is going to be balled, so he's going to be blocking his sword almost like this with his back. But I should turn his body to make it look a little more natural. Okay. Don't mind that weirdness right here. That's orthographic view. Just when you do it enough with something like this, it really puts your mind in perspective, because I think you're organizing your thoughts. It's making things a little easier to comprehend. Alright, his cape here. You gotta figure out how I'm gonna work with this. There's so much stuff on the screen right now. See, I really don't like working with models that I haven't made. Oh yeah, by the way, this in cloud models, pretty much anywhere, just about everyone on DeviantArt has given it out either through XMLR or MMD. I don't remember the guy who either ripped it or rigged it, but you can definitely find these. These are owned by Square Enix, so there really shouldn't be any kind of, ownership here. The only people that own these models are Square, or the creators of the game. I'll just move him some more because I'm trying to move him back. But see, most models, they have a hip bone, a bone in the middle that you can move the whole model with, and I'm quite sure he has one in here. There it is, right there. But it's so obscure that what all this other stuff is coming. So you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna hide these bones. I'm not focusing on this. Just need to stay. Yeah, that makes this a little bit easier. Taller and deal with. Yeah, there you go. Finally, I can see what I'm doing. I can see what I'm grabbing. At least I think I can. So, yeah, Sephiroth's cocky. Sephiroth arrogant. He's not gonna go cloud the lead. His eyes will meet him, but his head will almost be like. Let's see how this will look. No, it's kind of weird. I'm looking straight at the camera like that. Because when he should meet God, I would die. He'd at least get him that. Sephiroth's actually kind of creepy, to be honest, a bit. Give him more of an ominous appearance. Thank God his hair has bones, because that wouldn't look too good with his arms. Figure out what you really are trying to achieve here. So, there's that bone right there, a little tiny one. Let's get this flip out here. Yeah, this is closer to what I envisioned this to be. But yeah, I can't wait to get to the materials, because that's when we get to the fun part. Materials is when things get a little bit more interesting. Yeah, but feel free to give any kind of input that you want. Like if you have any questions or if you want to make suggestions, or if you want to change the pose, go right ahead. I have no problem with that. You can tell me like, oh, okay, his arm looks weird, or Cloud. But yeah, and also like I was saying, Yeah, I've done this for a little bit. I took a little bit of a break for each episode scenes that I was doing. I did scene one. That took a lot of time to make actually. Making that city and making making Rukia and figuring out a method in which I was going to try to make multiple characters took a little bit of time, and I had faster methods to get it all. But yeah, it was fun. But now I'm gonna try to get back into it. I'm gonna try to finish those other scenes that I've got. And like I said, I'm thinking I'm gonna open myself up to requests. I've put it off for a long time, and I know some people and a lot of people have asked me to do other models. So I'm gonna definitely do that, which is in part why I'm doing this now. Cause like, yeah, let me branch off and do something else. And, have some fun with this. Because, I mean, this is fun. Because of the fact that I didn't have to make these models. When you finally start working with it, you kind of start to fall back on things. You start to notice stuff like, oh, his coat is, piercing through his leg. Because of the fact that you didn't rig it well, so now you go back and you try to weight bait things and all, because I don't even know how this model works, or whatever rigging is related to it. Now, I could learn it, but why would I do that when I didn't make this, so I have no investments to really, make with this, other than to try to make a good picture, or a good render. So, for me, I'm just enjoying this. I'm actually really trying to drag the stream out. I just want to, just hang out. Just want to hang out a little bit and get myself back into the field of this again. Get back into having fun with this. Let's see. And his sword will come out through here. As if Cloud tried to cut him, but Sephiroth just casually lifts his arm out and blocks it with it. No problem. Now, as far as the background goes, I'll be honest, I'm probably not gonna put a background here. So basically enough time, and it's been kind of sucked. Yeah, but it's cool though, you know, move on in your career and stuff, cause like I said, I've done it's it's be a hobby. And what else is cool is that, you know, when if your work is good enough or popular enough, people can you know, people will want your work. People will want to actually have you work with them, rather than just being a fan. Let me see, this is weird. Like, look at this. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move this on forward. The thing is, this is the issue with rigs that are modeled like this. I mean, it's not that it's modeled like this, but this is the traditional way of anime. A lot of rigs have an IK for their traditional movement, but because this isn't IK, and what IK is basically what Sephiroth's feet. What Sephiroth's feet is doing when I grab this little bone right here is called IK. Meaning that moving this one bone moves a large assortment of bones at once. Which is really handy, you know, when animated. But the thing is, the traditional way doesn't allow that, and you have to actually create IK. So if you don't create IK and you're just someone who just made bones, if I select this arm, because I can make those adjustments necessarily. So if I wanted his arm to come out further, I could just pull this bone, his arm will straighten itself out. But that's not the case right now, and I have to move each bone one by one. But that's okay. Now that I'm looking at this, Cloud will be putting his weight into this. I think he would really be trying to hurt Sephiroth here. Sephiroth is so Cloud would probably be straining himself trying to be So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to rotate him forward a little bit. Like he's really waiting in on this. Then I'm going to go back. Start rotating stuff back forward. So now it looks more like he's really bringing the sword in. I start to get interested. Hopefully the stream isn't lagging or nothing. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's lagging to me when I go back to view it. One sec, I'm just checking on the stream stats. Make sure it's in good condition. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to post this on. Let me bring intermission real quick. I'm going to post this on DeviantArt, and I'm thinking about doing this from time to time. Just streaming DeviantArt or on YouTube, mostly DeviantArt, specifically I'm talking about. That just take other people's work and they put hard work for doing something. As far as like ripping the thing from the game, but other than that, you still didn't make this model. All right, give me 1 sec. Still checking the screen. Okay, all right. I think it looks better on the little close. You guys just watch. I don't have much else to say. I'll come back when I want to speak a little bit more. So, well, what I was doing for the most part was really just a little more natural. Like, the Sephiroth sword, I'm feeling like his elbow right here would be a little farther back while blocking this. And he might be pulling back a little more too. Just a little bit. This is his hip break. Yeah, I think that was a bone like that, you know, it kinda goes like this. Whereas in the render it kinda, you know, it's bold like that and natural and a lot more casual looking for Sephiroth. And then now what I'll do is definitely I definitely just take that on. Now, what's interesting with this is that even though I'm doing this from this perspective, I could figure out some really cool camera angles from it. Now let's bring Zack right there and see what so with this, I'm gonna raise Cloud's head up a little bit. I mean, it's almost symbolic in a way. Almost like Cloud rising to the challenge while Zack leaves. Because Zack's dead. I mean, spoiler, yeah, he's dead. I'm sorry. Stop Sephiroth. Yeah, and what Cloud, this isn't the final version of him. In this version, Cloud is a lot more younger. He's younger, he's inexperienced. I mean, he's got fucked up memories and stuff. So he's not used to it. Yo, what's happening to his elbow? Oh my god, that looks so nasty. Yeah, I don't know, like, I'm tempted to leave it, because it's kind of a small thing, but, I mean, it doesn't show up in the render. Now I'm gonna frame it a little better with the camera, because does that. Almost like this. Yeah, you know what would be really cool is if I splayed out Sephiroth's hair. And then, like I said, if I change the perspective a little, front perspective down, it'll really add to it. Something like this, maybe. High dynamics in the scene. You know, you don't want it to look stale or static. It's gotta have some kind of, I don't know, distance, pressure, you know. And by doing this, and by having, you know, the lines of Zack's sword, you know, it gives a clear direction of where this picture is going. It's clearly going diagonal, as you can see from both swords. It's a diagonal image, so it gives a sense of direction. And I'll do the same thing with Sephiroth here. So it gives a sense of direction almost from top to bottom, because this is Sephiroth looking down on Cloud, and Cloud trying to rise to the challenge. So now that I kind of like this perspective a little better, I'm going to make the necessary adjustments. I'll mute myself again one more time. Okay, now let's start getting crazy with this coat here. So like I said, and because this is just a picture, and they're doing that those last few animations that I did, and I'm gonna try to go back to them. Is that yeah? I had to not only work with things in such a way that I had to compensate for animation, like what I'm going to do is here. Let's see. Give me a second. I can grab the vertices of his hairplanes and move them out like this, you know. And if if you got enough time and a little bit of skill there, you can create some like more interesting hair responses. Because I mean, Cloud's hitting him with his big sword, and if I show there's a clash there, and I think the picture looks a lot more dynamic if you give Sephiroth some some just hair some dynamic. Same thing with his coat. Most of them are doing that. I'm thinking when we go to compositing, there's probably going to be a white light here, or a light almost as exact as walking into the light. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this side of it. From this side of it is definitely going to be him walking into some kind of like white with Cloud here. But yeah, I'll figure it out once I get to that stage. But the issue is that, yeah, but if you're animating, you can't do what I just did like this. Like, you would have to rig his hair up. And there are shape keys. Like, I couldn't make a shape key for this. But no one really wants to deal with all that. You'd rather just, had to set up properly. So I'm gonna, undo that. Yeah, but I'm, having a lot of fun with this. Let's, let me re-render. Just like more of that, curve. Will probably be doing the same thing, too. Kind of like splaying outward like that. Yeah, I might need a camera around some more to find the product funny to me. I would have preferred for it to look a little more, but I think by moving around Sephiroth's coat, it'll make it look a little bit more dynamic. There's with Sephiroth's sword in place, that'll also make things look a little more interesting. I think I might also add some